Hey friends, Melissa Twig coming to you from Alabama the Beautiful, and I'm here to tell you what I've been up to, what I've learned, what I've been through, and how I'm going to use that for the greater good. I must tell you that these last couple of years have been the most challenging of my life. I've learned more lessons in these last 2 years than I care to count. But it has led me, just like a masterful plan by my master, a masterful plan to get me exactly where I need to be so that I can live out the rest of my days in service to you or someone that you know that's been through loss, a difficult diagnosis, or an illness and just could not come back. So let me give you the background. I'll make it as brief as I can. I'll give you the cliff notes, the meat and taters, okay? So a couple of years ago, my mother fell, and after that, it was just a downhill run from there. She eventually succumbed to the injuries, and she's the matriarch of our family. It was just a terrible situation. If you've lost your parent, a loved one, you know how it feels. It's a very difficult time. But in the meantime, there was a silver lining. I met a wonderful man, I thought, and we were going to move to Tennessee finally. We were going to come back and forth, but moved to his home in Tennessee. So I sold mine. I was selling mine, had a contract on mine. The last 2 weeks turned to snot. It was one of the ugliest breakups, one of the most classless breakups I've ever seen in my life. It was terrible. So that, in conjunction with my mother, it was just a lot to take. Now, my condo was selling on Tuesday. I broke up on Saturday, and so therefore I was homeless for a minute on top of losing my mother, losing my boyfriend. Now I'm homeless. And then the movers come, because a friend of mine graciously offered her home, thank God. Thank God for friends. But the movers came and packed up my truck, and they collected tips, said the afternoon crew will meet you. So they collected their pay, their tips, and said they'd meet me at the new place, and they left me stranded with all my worldly goods. In the meantime, my mother's being rushed to the hospital for what would be the final time. And I am trying to gather friends. It was a beautiful thing that my friends came together and helped me. So there's boxes everywhere. I'm climbing in and out of boxes to climb in and out of the bed. I sleep for a few hours, go see my mom. Sleep for a few hours, go see my mom. Work a little bit and unpack a little bit. It was just chaotic. Then my mother did finally pass, and I also got COVID or something wicked like it. I think it was probably COVID. The morning at 5 a.m., I woke up just so sick at the morning of her ceremony, her celebration. If you would have told me I would have made it to that occasion, I would have not believed it. We were going to pull my car up and put a PA system so I could even hear my mother's funeral. As soon as that funeral was over, I went to the doctor, and then I headed to the bed. I absolutely gave myself grace and said I will take as much time as I need. But it didn't end. I mean, there was 2 months that passed. And remember, well, you don't know this about me, but I stay in fairly good shape. I know how to be in shape. I know how to exercise, and I crave it and enjoy it. And so it's a very unusual thing for such a strong athletic body to be in this position. But I just couldn't go. My adrenals were absolutely burned to a crisp. And I just couldn't get better. 2 months passed, 6 months passed, and I'm still on the sofa. I did try to get up. I did go again. Tried to get a condo in Birmingham that I could rehab. I do that on the side, and I was rehabbing that condo, which took a lot of energy, and then I retired to the sofa again. And then as I was trying to get back in shape again, my bowels got twisted around what we know now was a tumor. So I have had that conversation with a doctor. You know, that conversation, that one where they come into the room and they say, Melissa, there's something there. Your bowels have twisted around an obstruction. It looks like a tumor, and we're going to do emergency surgery. It's exploratory surgery. We'll figure it out. But I just want you to be aware, and I just want you to prepare. So this was at 4 a.m. at UAB Hospital. My son's a nurse there, so that made it a little easier. They were very kind too. But I wrote a prayer that night in my phone as soon as the doctor left. I said, you know, there's nothing else to do. I mean, I'm just toast. I'm finished. So I went to God, and I want to share that prayer with you briefly. Because I think it's so important, and I'm so thrilled that I wrote it down. I don't write every prayer, of course, but I do write a lot. This is what I did that morning at 4 a.m. I said, well, God, you've got me right about where you need me now, don't you? I know what you're doing here. And I did know in my heart what was going on. I knew that it was his way to push me towards my destiny, but I just couldn't put my finger on what I was supposed to do. But I said, you finally have me at rock bottom. I'm scared, uncertain, helpless, and on my knees, which is where we both know I belong in this exact point in time in my life's journey. You know, God, I'm that same little girl who used to get herself up and dressed on Sunday mornings to catch that church bus alone. I can see my younger, tall, skinny, blonde self right now, standing at that mailbox in that plaid dress that my mother made for me. I've been attempting to satisfy this hunger that I felt for you even then, and the hunger that I've had all my life for you, waiting for you to reveal yourself to me. I've literally been around the world since then, and this insatiable hunger for you has never died. Yet I would get discouraged, or I got discouraged by others as I questioned, and I gave up so many times. You know I've been knocking much harder at your door lately, don't you? You know I'm ready. I just keep asking you daily to show me the way, show me what to do next. I'm begging you. I know there's a powerful lesson behind this coming diagnosis, and I'm 100% certain that we will use this for the greater good. But as of now, we both know I'm not best using my gifts you bestowed upon me to serve or live in my true purpose that I have always known and felt in my heart that you have assigned to me since I was just a twinkle. So I ask you tonight to wrap me in your loving arms, reveal yourself to me, and reveal my purpose in this life through this complicated diagnosis. And please hurry in case it's not good news. I'm humbled, and I'm completely placing this diagnosis and its aftermath in your hands as I rededicate my life to you. I'm ready, and I'm listening intently for your unmistakable whispers. Signed, that little girl still waiting on your bus, thanking you in advance for the unfolding of your clever, perfect, and masterful plan for the rest of my life. Amen. So it was a couple weeks before I got the diagnosis, but it turns out that I had to have abdominal surgery, lost part of my intestines, and there was a tumor that was malignant. It's a rare form of cancer called GIST cancer, and what will happen is it's a gene malfunction, and hopefully one day that can be repaired. But in the meantime, it has the ability to throw off tumors according to how fast the growth rate is. So it's just something that I'll have to live with, and I have to keep a very close eye on. But it has taken me so long to get to feeling better. And I just continue to study. I continue to learn. Stayed on YouTube a lot. I had things in my head and questions, especially before I got the diagnosis. It took a very long time for them to come back. I would say nearly a month for them to come back because they really studied this. And so in the meantime, all these terrible thoughts go through your head, all these thoughts of death, all these, thoughts of even suicide was there at some point. I just could not get my energy back. Now, after the first surgery, I really did do better. I felt like the cancer was out. I gave a really big push. I was so excited that I found out what was wrong with me. And I gave a really big push after I rested some to start getting back in shape, start slowly walking, exercising, that kind of thing. Again, giving myself grace. But I was having a very tough time coming back. So I was finally getting better, finally looking good and feeling good, and I was looking healthy again. There was times there when I just looked like death eating a cracker. But I went to my family's get together on Christmas Day. That happened in September, a year ago now. And then on Christmas Day, got very sick at my family gathering, ran out the front door, ended up in the hospital a day and a half later, and my bowels had gotten twisted again, but it was in scar tissue. And so this was a full abdominal surgery again, both major surgeries, and it was just really tough coming out of it. And on top of all that, I was so thin for the first time in my life. I was thrilled. I was so thin, but I was like gaunt thin. It was not pretty. But I knew I could eat anything I wanted, and I did. And I went after sugar. And a cancer, nobody needs sugar. It's one of the worst things you can ever do for your body. And it's poison, just like alcohol, drugs, etc. At least I didn't turn to alcohol or drugs, but I did turn to sugar. And I ate something sweet every night, and probably every day too, for the 3 months. And then after the second surgery, I was even thinner. So by the time it was over, I had done 6 months solid of eating sugar every single day. And I am, or was, and I still am, very much a sugar addict, and I am trying to educate myself out of that. And I know that it's part of the reason why my energy is drained. And the truth is, I'm not there yet. And I started thinking, wow, if I'm having this much difficulty, imagine what other people are doing, and what, especially if they're alone, especially if they need help getting out of the bed, especially if they've had a worse diagnosis than my own. My best friend was diagnosed with stage 4 kidney cancer. We've been through that too. So it's just, so during this time, my girlfriend Lisa says, there's going to be a conference online that you should go to, 3 hours free, lady speakers, go and watch it. And so I had nothing else to do. I was in recovery again. So I go to watch that, and we did the Zoom meeting, and they have a screen where all 50-ish people were on the screen. It's all women. And I looked around that room and I said, man, and this is, post-COVID, of course, right at the end of COVID. And it was, I looked around that room and I said, man, I'm going to tell you, nobody has their glow back, including me. I mean, it's just time for us to get our glow back. Women let themselves go during COVID, and I think still we have this underlying current of something is wrong. We know it, we feel it, and we can't shake that. We have it like a cloud, like Daffy Duck's cloud over us, and we know something's up, and we're having a very difficult time keeping our spirits. We are isolated on purpose, I believe. We are fighting on purpose, I believe, and as a result, we have divided so that they, whoever they is, can conquer. So I just started thinking about that, like, what does make a person glow? And there are 3 main categories that I think a person has mastered when they glow. And if you'll just close your eyes for just a moment and just think about a person, live or dead, famous or not, that you know that has been a person who glows. And I think there are 3 main components to that. There's the physical component. They generally have themselves together. I'm not saying they're super thin. I'm not saying they look like a movie star or anything. They just generally know they have themselves together. They're aware of their physical self. They know how to put on their makeup. They fix their hair. They don't usually go out looking terrible. They just are aware of their presence, and they dress nicely, that kind of thing. So they're aware of their physicality. The next thing that I noticed about them is that they are mentally together. Now, if you haven't noticed, they're generally more positive, right? And not only that, they make you feel good. Nobody really knows how they're feeling inside. I mean, you can kind of tell because they have the glow about them. But nobody really knows how they're feeling, but they end up making you feel well, and they're generally a positive person. Their minds are open, they're laughing, they laugh easily, and they genuinely love people. And then there's that spiritual side of them. It's that side where they've got it figured out. They have a security, a safety, and a net. It's like insurance. They know in their heart of hearts that they're going to be taken care of. They are taken care of. And so they figured something out spiritually. And so that was the day that I decided that I was going to. I didn't know when or how because I was not feeling well. And I was going online. I was saying, I'm back. I feel great. Look at me. I'm in the gym. Look at me. I feel great. It's not true. It's just not true. I would be good for one day, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, 1 step forward, 4 steps back. I could not trust my energy. I could not trust anything. I still had to keep working. That wasn't going to stop. Still had to keep living. That wasn't going to stop. And I still was not there. And I mean, it was just clicking on. And I remember where I was on the road when I was praying to God again. And I said, God, I think I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. And I know how this is unfolding. But I just can't trust my energy. This takes a lot of energy to do this. I mean, there's lights set up here. And everything has to be right. And it takes a lot of energy. I don't want to be inauthentic. I want you to know that I'm not well yet. But I am I'm having a great day. And that's all I can do anymore. I just say, I'm having a great day. And when I'm having a great day, I've got to go with it. I got to go for it. So I remember saying, I want to do this for us, God, and I know this is your purpose, and I'm gonna shine for you, and I'm going to make sure that you shine for everyone else. But I just can't trust my energy right now. And just as plain as day, just like in my prayer when I said, I'm listening for your whispers, just as plain as day, I heard him say, Melissa, they don't want you perfect, they want you present. They don't want you perfect, they just want you present. And that's when I realized I really had to let my ego go, and I had to be completely authentic about the fact that I'm not there, that I need help, that I need support. Even the closest people to me do not know what I've been through. The very closest people do not know what I've been through and the thoughts that I've had. And I know if I've had them, you've had them. And so I decided that I'm going to help us both, all of us, get our glow back. If you've suffered a loss, a difficult diagnosis, if you've suffered an illness or come back from surgery and you just can't get moving, you just can't get going, you need a hump, you need a hand up so that you can get out of that bed, get off of that sofa, get back out into the world again. That's what I'm going to help us do. I think that with this is going to be a social media channel. It's going to be on Facebook where I'm starting, and that's why I'm starting here. I already have quite a nice following, and that's why I need your help. But I'm going to each day focus on one of the three aspects that I think are so important. Maybe you have another aspect you'd like for me to focus on. But each day that I post, I'm going to tell you something that has to do with the physical side. And listen, this is going to be my very favorite part. I'm in the beauty industry, in case you don't know. I'm a 4-time salon owner. I am a former platform artist, which is the highest echelon you can reach in our business. That's where you go to different hair shows and you teach and train. And I would have as many as 17,000 people at one show. There could be 30 in a room or 200 in a room. And it was just a wonderful, and again, I think it helped me prepare me for where I'm headed today. Everything has. And even this illness, even the tough times, even the death, everything that's happened has prepared me for this moment now. And this is what I've been praying for and begging for so long. I just want to live in my purpose, and my love language is acts of service, and I absolutely love it. I have gotten out of doing much more. I used to do so much more than I do now, and I miss it, and I'm looking forward to doing it again. But I have to have a tribe with me to do that. I can't do it all by myself, and that's why I need your help. I need your help to spread the word. The algorithms in all these social medias, they go by how many views, they go by how many shares, they go by how many comments. Now, even if you're shy and you don't want to talk to me in public, you can always message me or ask me a question, and I'll address that question without addressing you. But on this physical part, I'm going to be addressing things like beauty, like hair, makeup. Have you ever wondered what the very best style would be for your face shape, the very best color for your skin tone? I know how to do that. I know how to use your bone structure, and I can coach you. I can coach you how to dress, coach you how to wear your makeup, all that. And I'm going to do that for free, as long as you will allow us to videotape so that we can make sure that other people learn from you. Now, in the mental side, that person, we're going to talk about how to open up your mind mentally, because if you don't get your mind open mentally, you cannot get well. You just cannot get well. Your mind is the biggest thing that you have to overcome. It's not your body. It's not what you think. And you have to get out of your mind. You've already been there, and you've already done that. It's even with mistakes, no matter what. A lot of us know that we caused our cancer or think we caused our cancer because of things we've ate or drank or smoked or whatever. The truth is, you've got your punishment. There's no point in continuing to punish yourself. So we're going to talk about how to open that mind up, and we're going to talk about mentally. When we do things physically, that's automatically going to help you feel better. When you look good, feel good physically, that'll help you feel better mentally. And then we're going to work on the spiritual side, and we're going to talk about things that you can do to help you to feel better inside so that you can start glowing from within. And so this is why I'm so excited. I am starting today, and I am asking you to join the channel. It's Girl Get Your Glow Back, as you can see. And we are going to be discussing physically, mentally, and spiritually growing the whole time. And I'm going to be sharing things that I've learned with you. I'll be sharing at times videos that I've learned. I'll be sharing things that I've learned as far as health, about hydration, etc. There'll be so many things that I'll be discussing with you, and I'm looking forward to it. Now, here's your part. You know somebody, if it's not you, you know somebody that needs some help right now getting up and getting going. You know it. We've got to be more conscientious of our friends and where they are during this time. We've got to share videos that do speak to you. Share it with somebody who's in trouble. If you are a person that's in trouble, you need help in the background, please contact me. Here's another thing. I've already started this. I'm coaching, taking coaching classes, and I've already started coaching, helping people that are overwhelmed and people who are suffering. And it's been tremendously rewarding. And I'm willing to do that for free if you will be online with me. According to the situation, we could even have you do this anonymously, but you'll still have to do audio. But in order for us to do this, we're going to ask you to be online with us so that we can help, and then we can keep up with you. Listen, if we build a tribe, your soul sister might be right here in this team. And it may be somebody that you meet that you may never meet too. And it may be somebody that you meet and become friends with, and just friends for life. These things will bring people together. I've been in a support group and I'm friends with several of people now. So it's a beautiful thing that's about to happen. And I'm super excited. And I want to ask you to join me at Girl Get Your Glow Back. We're going to be on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram eventually, that kind of thing. So, but the main thing is right now, if you could help me on Facebook, that would be awesome. Or YouTube, or both. That would be super cool too. So girl, let's work together and let's get our glow back. I know we can do this, and I'm here to help. And I'm telling you, I'm living in my purpose. I'm so excited, and I look forward to helping you get your glow back.